Hey guys, my name's Anton and I'm going to show you how to make this rocket stove. I know there's an old steel post somewhere amongst this shrub. Look. That's it. When I first bought this house, I noticed this old post laying out the back under the trees. I worked out that it was actually for a shade sail, which was replaced with insulated roof. Now, the first thing I need to do is square up this rusty end. And then my upright, I'm going to make 450mm will be the main part. I know it needs a stick feeder coming in at 45 degrees. I'm going to make the bottom of the stick feeder 3 inches up. And on the other side, I'm going to come up 1 inch and I'm going to make a little clean out slot. And that's what it looks like. So I can get all the ash out. Now that's what the stick feeder is going to look like. So I'm going to make the stick feeder 300mm to the long point, and I'm just going to cut a 45-degree angle. Now that I've cut that, I can scribe where the hole needs to go. I'm just going to mark the inside of that so there's no gaps on the outside. I'm also going to mark the sides just inside the outside edge. It ended up being 170mm. And I've got a bit of scrap metal that I'm going to use as the base plate because this is going to cantilever a bit. Now that main post, I'm just going to cut off that 45 degrees, and that can be for the chute, clean out chute. I did notice that clean out chute's just a little bit sharp on that 45, so I'm going to scribe it just at a less sharp angle just to make it more accessible to get all the ash out. So that's it. That's the 4 main pieces. Is that 4 pieces? Yeah. And I'm not the best welder, but you can roast me in the comments below. I did have a MIG welder, which you've probably seen in other videos, older videos. But it was a very cheap one given to me by my father, and it only had 2 speeds, 1 and 2. So it lacked a lot of control. Now, because this is a 5-inch rocket stove, I'm really going to need a little cover for the stick feeder because all the smoke's going to come out. So I've got 3-inch and 1-inch. If I weld those together, that will create 5 inches, theoretically. So as it turns out, that actually works. One thing I don't have is hinges. So I saw this really cool video where somebody made a hinge just out of an old bike chain. Luckily I've got an old bike laying in the bush. Although the chain's pretty rusty. Bit of belly black. High temperature spray paint, just to give this coat. I've also made a frying pan holder, just out of a bit of 50mm, 2-inch steel with some slots, so it interlocks. So as it turns out, my dog loves fire. I don't know if your dog's like that, but put it down in the comments below if you've got a fire-eating dog. He also knows that when there's a fire, there's usually some meat going to be cooked shortly.
And that bacon is going off.